Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Bringing It Back from the Dead. I'm Ken from the Celluloid Collective, and today we're diving into the Minolta AF point and shoot. I went on eBay, as I do way too often. I figured I was like, for a point and shoot that's under 30 or 40 bucks, and dive into that. I don't shoot on point and shoots that often. I do enjoy full manual, but I was like, let me get out of my comfort zone and see if we can find something that's affordable, that works, and let's play around. Point and shoots are fun because you don't have to think. Let's go ahead and dive into this thing. So I got this off eBay. I want to say it was $27 or 30 bucks, including shipping. Let's throw some batteries in here. Let's see. Make sure I do this right. One down. And one out. All right, let's see if this thing works. So, brief history on this camera. It was manufactured between the 1980s and 1990s. Point and shoot, makes sense. All the rage back then. Fully automatic. It has shutter speed that ranges from 1/500th to 1/4 of a second. Again, internal meter, it's DX coded, so based off of the film you put into it, it's going to do everything for you based off of the lighting situation it reads with the meter. It does only support DX codes from 100 ISO to 400 ISO. So if you have anything higher, you're either going to, say you have a 500 ISO film, it'll actually, probably depending on the DX code, resort that to 100 ISO. So there are ways that you can trick DX codes. We won't go over it in this video, but we'll dive into that in another realm. So anyway, if you want to use this without any tricks, 100 ISO up to 400 ISO film. It's super lightweight. It's an all plastic body. Takes 2 AA batteries, easy. We all have those. Let's see, what other fun features here? So on the widest, 38mm f4.7. On the zoom lens, 60mm f6.7. So, I'm sorry, correction, 38mm f4.5. 60mm f6.7. So there's a lot you can do with these. I mean, one, they're light, they're pocketable, throw them in a bag, always have them on you. This one's autofocus. Let's see if this thing works. So let's open it up here. It's super clean. I mean, even the foam's great. I mean, this isn't the oldest camera. It's, 30, 40 years old compared to some of the stuff we do. But you got your film counter up here. Looks like there's a self-timer option as well. For those party folks who to take their group photos. Zoom seems to work. All right, we had a small technical difficulty, audio issue. We're human, happens to the best of us. So I'm gonna give you just a brief overview before we go shoot this thing. So point and shoot camera, you don't really have much control. You have a self-timer option. As you can see here, for all you party folks, you've got a wide lens, 38mm, and you've got the zoom lens, 60mm. So that's pretty much it. You've got a flash option. As you can see, it still works great. Takes a second. There's like a little green light in here in the viewfinder that'll tell you when it's ready. Or if you're underexposed, it'll be red if it's underexposed, or the flash is not ready. But it works, which is awesome. There's not much to this camera in terms of manual controls other than your lens situation. Again, these are pretty fun. I'm expecting the glass to be sharp or somewhat decent because it is Minolta. The flash works. It's pretty clean, as we saw. let's go test this thing out. Let's see what the photos look like, and we'll come back. So we went out, we tested the Minolta point and shoot. We got our negatives back from the lab, and I'm pretty impressed with this camera. I am not one to shoot point and shoots. I usually shoot manual. I'll be honest, like when I was out there, it felt a little weird to me because I did nothing. I just let it rip and shot photos. I'm used to setting my ISO, aperture, shutter, focus, all of that, full manual. And so it was pretty fun to just not think about anything and just go for it. Looking at the images, which we'll show here shortly, and I'll pop some up as we talk about them. The first thing that stands out to me with this camera is its light meter. The internal light meter worked fantastic. I pushed it to its limits with some unique shooting environments, pointing it up at the sky. At one point, I ended up seeing like this flock of birds flying next to the bridge. Most of it's sky, and there's still detail in the shadows on the bridge. It very well could have just exposed intensely for the sky and everything would have been just black, but it didn't. I shot in open shade. It was an overcast day anyway, but still, like under the bridge, shooting out at the city, it did a great job at finding the balance between exposure. The lens seems super sharp. I mean, it's Minolta, so I don't know 100% like what glass they're using, but I know it's theirs, as it states here. Pretty straightforward. Everything seemed to function great. I didn't really use the flash at all. I was outside, so the DX code seemed to be working fantastic because images were exposed, which is great. They weren't under, they weren't over. I mean, you can see some of them, like they might be under in terms of how it was determining the exposure, but this thing is pretty sweet. Like there's not a lot to it in terms of controls. Again, you've got your 38 mil wide, 60 mil telephoto, your self timer, and then the flash, but the flash is auto. So if you were to take it into like a party situation or an indoor, situation, that's where it would shine. I know the flash works, but maybe I'll run another roll through it in like the subway or something and annoy people and see what we get. But knowing that the light meter works is the number one for me. I would totally keep this camera. We have two of them, to be fair. I kind of made a mistake and I was bidding for one of them and I didn't realize I won. And then I also purchased this one as a buy now off of eBay. Both super affordable. I highly recommend this camera, especially if you're starting out and you just want something simple and you just want to shoot on film because you like the look and you don't want to have to think. It does everything for you. And then if you want to move up from there and get something that's more manual, have at it. But it's small, it's ergonomic, it fits in your pocket, fits in a bag, a purse, whatever. And it's pretty sweet. Like the images are great. Like there's like the Ilford 35 mil, basically a reusable, disposable camera. In my opinion, those I've shot, they're garbage. Like this blows that out of the water. The meter works fantastic. The lens is epic. If you're into point and shoots, I say get one. This thing's pretty cool. We plan on doing a lot more of these videos. I'm gonna mix it up with point and shoots, super old cameras, and maybe we'll dive into some more expensive cameras later. But as always, guys, we'll show you guys the slideshow of the photos here, and we appreciate you watching. Let us know what you guys want to see. Like, we're making this up for you guys, so if there's cameras you want us to test or try out or something you think we'd be interested in, film stocks, experiments, shoot us. If there's cameras or film stocks or things you want us to try out or test, even experiments, like put it in the comments. We're here to make stuff for you guys. It's fun for us. Like, we have our own ideas and the things we like, but it's fun to do stuff that you guys bring up because we honestly sometimes don't even think of it. But Minolta AF point and shoot. It's rad. Get one. Thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.